Was a bit of an echo. I didn't have my streaming settings entirely correct. That should be fixed now. We are welcome to episode 9 of Tomb of Annihilation. In our last episode, the players... Oh, sorry, I suppose I should introduce the players, huh? With me today, we have Tychus being played by Jay.
Hello.
Nock being played by Bunsen.
Hola.
And Noname being played by Bryn.
Hello.
And in our last episode, they made some more progress through the jungle. And we finished up as they ran across a cache of supplies that was stashed by some members of the Emerald Enclave who were wandering the jungle trying to lessen the undead threat.
I took some Tej.
Yes,
Yeah, and the Tej.
we got hung up on a mini cask of Tej. I imagine somebody's going to get incredibly drunk at some point.
A lot of Tej.
Lot of Tej, yeah. Well, a mini cask, but it is fairly high potency, so.
I mean, it's Tej, dude. You only need a little bit.
As we left off, the players were just about to approach the wreck that they have seen sitting in the treetops. So we will start off there with that movement in. Y'all did get your long rest, I believe, at the end of the evening.
Okay.
So, you approach this wreck in the treetops, and you see that a wooden vessel is caught high in the tree branches, broken into 3 chunks. It resembles a ship, but most of you have, if not all of you, have seen ships, of course. Especially since
We were on one earlier.
Especially since you started this campaign in a port. Go figure.
Yeah, we
Sail.
There are...
Yeah, remember we lit it on fire?
What's this we you speak of?
Yeah, you lit it on fire.
I have no
I
such
help.
recollection.
There are differences, however, that mark it as clearly not a seagoing vessel. The
Does it
stern...
look like an airship?
You look up and you see that there appear to be some pierced airbags. The stern is the lowest piece above you. It's hanging precariously only by its rigging, about 50 feet above the ground in the trees. There is a middle section that appears to be, give or take, 15 feet higher than that. And then the bow is firmly wedged into a nest of branches, another 10 feet above that. And as you approach the ship, a weak voice calls out, "Hello, on the ground. Can you help us?"
And I would look up and ask, who is there?
My name is Thessalandra Bravewing. We were flying this airship over Cholt when the Terrafolk attacked.
How long
Terrible.
have you been there?
We've been hanging in these branches now for, well, about 2 weeks now.
We should help
And-
them down.
Why don't we, actually, everybody give me a perception check, please.
Okay. Perception.
Not bad.
Also not bad.
Okay.
How do you have a +7? What the fuck?
We literally were talking about this earlier.
It's a whiz check or an int check?
Whiz.
check.
Perception, yeah, perception's wisdom, which is the druid's spellcasting, so makes sense.
Yeah.
So all of you notice as you kind of peek around that there are a number of ghouls lurking in the foliage below the wreckage.
Oh, it's the ghouls.
Can we tell how many?
You see at least 8. You also notice that every one of them has a small blue triangle tattooed on their forehead.
On their forehead.
Oh fuck, guys! It's the Delta Airlines. they took down a rival ship. Listen, man. After they dragged that one guy off the plane, the PR just went downhill. They got to take direct action. All right, so the Delta Airlines ghouls. There's around 8 of them.
Can I shoot one?
Why? Shoot the ghoul?
I mean, why not, right?
You can certainly attempt to, unless you have something that is going to give you a reason otherwise. They do have 3/4 cover, so that will be with disadvantage.
What are they behind?
Trees and other foliage. It's a very thick part of the jungle here.
How far are they from me?
Probably about 60 feet or so to the closest one.
Alright. I guess I'll raise my arm. Well, first of all, question. Are we tracking ammo? I forgot.
No, I don't track ammo. It's
Fuck ammo.
fuck ammo.
Alright. So I'm gonna raise...
Fuck Batman.
I'm gonna raise my arm and look to my left and right to see if anyone
This
objects.
forest clearing looks suspiciously similar to the last one we were in.
That's because the DM is lazy and doesn't want to use multiple maps.
I thought it was because we were in the Lost Woods. And we keep taking the wrong path.
Alright, where is my encounter? I know I've fucking made it already.
So yeah, I raise my arm up, facing them. I look to Noname and Tychus, see if they object.
I would nod and I would look up to the people in the boat. Remain stationary for now. We'll take care of the threat and be up for you as soon as we can.
Alright. I don't suppose I can take my time with aiming to get rid of the disadvantage, can I? Because, I mean, there's no rush here. They don't seem to have noticed us.
Yeah, the ghouls don't seem to notice us too, so... I think it would all just kind of even out.
Yeah, I'd say, especially since your weapon is quite built in, so you have some sort of
It's got like a quick draw
oh
type deal.
wait a minute
I'm not going quick. I'm lifting and like carefully trying to aim.
Yeah, but they probably wouldn't perceive that action as an immediate threat because ghouls have like 4 intelligence.
Yeah.
In fact, Four's probably being a little generous.
How do I kill the fog? No. I don't think y'all can see. It's dimmed out like it's... Because I actually gave you the wrong map. There is something of a... I'll give you this
There should
map.
be an option to enable/disable line of sight or fog.
There is the proper map, but I don't think you can see anything.
No. I mean, I think our token has to be there for us to see anything anyway.
Oh, that would, yeah, that would make sense, huh? So, let's see here. Just pretend that There we go, that should start doing things.
Yep, I can see.
And Tychus. And...
It seems we're up in the sky.
Yeah, I was gonna... It's... Here's the thing, it's a top-down view. So, I don't know why they decided to color the background like the sky.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
But they did, and it's wrong. And we've got Tychus and Dragonbait, and which one
Where are
is
they
it?
gonna make three-dimensional dungeon maps?
I do not know.
I feel like that could be a thing, honestly.
At that point, you're just playing hero clicks.
I don't understand the reference.
There we go. Okay, none of them are visible yet. Working on that. There we go. Okay, you still won't be able to see all of their number, but you should be able to see the ones that are in your line of sight now. Yes. Looked like you just targeted one there, so...
No, I was seeing how far they were.
Or at least pointed at one, so you can apparently see it.
No, I drew a line for no reason.
And it happened to be directly at one. Holy shit! You're
It's wild, right?
Yeah, yeet.
Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and target Ghoul 1 then.
Okay.
Alright. And you said I can, because I'm taking the time to aim.
Yeah, they're more focused on looking up and trying to figure out how they would personally get into the trees.
Alright. I'll go ahead and take my shot.
Alright.
That's gonna be a 24 to hit.
That will certainly hit.
Alright.
And go ahead and give it damage.
Does this get sneak attack bonus?
Not unless they're engaged in combat with another person, basically. So say if Tychus was up against one of these ghouls and fighting, and you came in for an attack, you could roll sneak attack damage on it.
Or if you were actively hidden from them, they'll...
Mm-hmm.
You're not hiding from them, they're just not paying that much attention.
Alright. Alright. Damage. That is going to be 11 damage to Ghoul 1.
Alright.
Ghoul 1 acting all fucked up.
So...
Like Paper Mario in here hitting the enemy on the overworld.
Dunk.
So Ghoul 1
first.
Takes your crossbow bolt.
And he eats it.
Directly in the face, actually. And...
Just swallows it.
Just kind of is displeased by it, but still not precisely smart enough to realize what's going on. Just kind of shakes it off and keeps looking up in the trees as though the trees have shot it with a branch.
I look to the side of Tychus and Noname and see if they're as surprised as I am that it didn't even flinch, more or less.
Tychus would just shrug. Hit him again.
And then, now that we've done that, why don't we go ahead and get initiatives from everybody?
Do I get another free hit?
Well, depends on where you fall in initiative order, I suppose.
Oh, that's a strong 2.
Going first in the next round.
Yeah, just think of it that way.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip my first turn and give the ghouls a fair fighting chance.
No, of course.
Maybe you can retch out some of the poison that you were infected with earlier.
Alright,
Retch
let's
it
not
onto
be
them.
assholes here.
Alright, so with initiative order, we will have Noname first.
Me, my win. I get to go first for once.
Run up and hit one with your shillelagh.
I'm gonna hit it with
We're
my
like
shillelagh.
10 tiles away. It's gonna be a bit before combat actually happens.
Well, hang on. No, I can do it from here. $120 feet.
120 feet. And we are getting...
You don't even control Malagos. That's only gonna do 1 damage.
It's gonna do half damage. Is what
It's gonna, yeah, so the ghoul makes its save against your moonbeam. You will still get half damage, however.
Not bad.
Well, now we know it's not weak to Radiant.
Um...
Ghouls
Moonblast
resist
is
necrotic,
way-
right?
Huh?
Do ghouls resist necrotic? I don't think they resist necrotic.
I'm not sure that your character would necessarily know.
Well, I mean, to spoil it, I am a fallen ASMR, so I have an intimate knowledge of necrotic damage.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, well
Wow,
then...
spoiler.
Oh yeah, that's such a spoiler. Yeah, you
I mean,
would...
to be fair, none of the characters know.
Fair. So yeah, Tychus, you would know that that ghouls have no resistance to necrotic damage, despite being
And yeah.
somewhat rotten.
I'm pretty sure they can't be They're not smart enough to be frightened. Or is that wrong?
That's actually going to depend, because I think charmed and frightened are two different.
Yeah, charmed and frightened are two different things.
So yeah,
they can't be charmed.
They can be frightened.
Okay. Good to know.
Anyway, Noname has called down a moonbeam from the heavens.
Moonblast has way higher base power.
Do you have anything else that you would like to do?
Do the distraction dance from the Henry Stickmin games.
Boom ba boom 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 ba boom 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 boom.
No, she's a druid. She has to stick bug them.
Oh, you can literally stick bug people!
Get stick bug.
You know what? Fine, you guys don't get a spirit totem. Fuck
Hun.
you.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Not a fan of the meme, huh?
Me stick bugging people is a bit. Jay can tell you.
It is a bit. That's why I brought it up.
Either way, my turn is over because I can't really do anything because I have to hold concentration.
Fair.
Concentration on what?
Okay.
The moonbeam!
You just cast it, though. What are you
Yeah,
concentrating
it's a
on?
hold concentration spell.
Oh, I thought it was just like you cast it and it does damage like a fireball.
No!
It's like a constant beam.
No, it's
Yes!
It's basically a less powerful Spirit Guardians. Because you have to...
Yeah, it reminds me of Witch Bolt, except it's way shittier.
So, next actor is Ghoul number 11. Ghoul number 11 can't even see you through the trees. So, it just
Yeah, we
keeps...
don't see it.
It just keeps staring up and... Well, if you could see what it was doing, it'd be staring up and slavering at the thought of a meal.
Those folks are doing a great job being a distraction.
They really are. They're just, okay, and where is this one? There he is. So next, Ghoul number 22, thank you, randomized numbering. Who is right there next to Ghoul 1, and finally does take notice of the fact that,
They're under assault.
yeah, that something is happening besides what's above them. Peeks around for a moment, sees the party through, and 1, 2, begins to move your direction. Of course, covers maybe even less than half the distance, because we started this from fairly far away, and has nothing else to do. They are very simple creatures. Ghoul number 10, same story. Does manage to notice you through the trees. Covers even less distance than the one before. And we are at Nock.
Alrighty. So are these things
no.
like bushes on the ground?
No, those are actually the trees themselves.
Alright.
Above the ground.
Is there any bushes nearby I could hide?
Yeah, you'd be able to fairly easily find some bushes.
Alright, where would those be relative to me?
Let's see here. Let me get my pencil out and the best bush, because I can totally draw. Okay, so my deformed heart bushes. You can see a few there, should be able to.
Yep. Alright, so on Ghoul 22, I'm going to try to snipe.
Why?
Because sniping's a good job, mate.
On Ghoul 20. Okay, so the one that approached the party the closest?
Yep.
Go for it.
That has a 21 to hit.
That will in fact hit. And were you already in the bushes at that time, or?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. So I shoot, and when it gets recoiled from getting hit, I'm gonna try to use the opportunity to sneak into the bush closest to me.
Okay.
Stealth check.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a stealth check, please.
That was almost a 1.
Almost.
So I'm just gonna move into the bush over here.
Let's see here. Where is its sheet? So I can.
Am I so stealthy that even my teammates don't know where I went?
I'm gonna say with a Oh, okay, sorry, you said almost a 1. I didn't see that it was almost a 1 because it almost rolled onto a 1.
Yeah,
no, okay. So, well, that will be, I'll leave that one up to them. If they'd like to roll perception for it, they can. Otherwise, you did beat all of their passives, so they're all kind of like, well, what the fuck? I know he's here, goddammit. Kind of thing, you know. But I'll leave that...
Not that I'm trying to hide from you guys, but just, like, in the commotion, wondering if you just look to your side, like, where'd Nock go?
So, I'll leave that one up to Tychus and Noname. As far as...
I'd be willing to do the perception check, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, I would just kind of trust that Nock's doing her own thing.
Nock's doing Nock things.
Yeah. I don't really need to be aware of them.
So
I am aware of Nock.
So yes, Noname is very well aware of the things that Nock has just done.
Gotcha. I mean, not that I'm trying to sneak, I was just curious.
Right.
Of course.
I don't believe there's anything I can do for a bonus action here. Well, I guess that kind of was my bonus action. I took the hide action, which is a bonus action.
Yeah, that's
or I can use cunning action to do that. So, all right, that's my whole movement then.
All right. Next up we have Dragon Bait.
Dragon Bait, hoo-ha-ha.
Who, let's see, Noname and Tychus, you can certainly smell this. You smell baked bread emanating from Dragonbait.
I love how there's definitely a pattern in all this, but I've just made no attempt to parse the smells.
That's fair. There is very much a you could figure it out if given enough time, but and Dragonbait's speed is 30 like everybody else. And Dragonbait will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 run in, attempting to close the distance between it and Ghoul 22. Sorry, he's going to run in slightly differently there. Trying to stay out of the way of everybody else. Because Dragonbait is not stupid. Yay. Alright, and we have made it around to Ghoul number 1, the first one that got swung on, or shot at, as the case may be. Who now sees Dragonbait but still cannot finish closing that distance. And Artisember runs up to be alongside his partner, Dragonbait. But doesn't view these ghouls as the sort of threat that would require an excessive response, as the case may be. So just kind of stands there defensively with his dagger drawn.
The ghoul noise.
Ghoul number 3. Same as all the other ones, trying to close the distance between others and it. Ghoul number 7 is somewhere. There it is. Doing the same. Ghoul number 13 is still staring at the treetops. Utterly clueless. Just, I would like that food up there. And Ghoul number 8. Closing the distance as well. And we've made it to Tychus, finally.
Yeah!
You
Ready
get
for
a
what I'm gonna
turn.
do?
I hope I'm ready for what you're gonna do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold a defensive stance. And how do I pass?
I've just been moving
Combat
it along
tracker
myself.
on the bottom left.
There is a
And-
next actor button on the combat tracker. And holding a
Yeah, there we go.
And we are back to Noname, who,
What a
as I
turn.
recall...
What a fucking turn.
Oh yeah, that was the most boring round 1 of combat, because we started so far away. We've made it back to Noname, who is still holding concentration on Moonbeam.
Yep.
Oh, thank God these beers are fucking twist-offs. Oh, there's my beer key. God damn it.
And that's my turn. Have fun.
Okay.
Alright, DM's drinking.
I'm always drinking.
We're on the clock, people.
It's okay, this is only number 2. Alright, so your Moonbeam effectively dispatches number 1 there. Whee.
Was he dead?
He is very toasted. And Ghoul number... No, it didn't. I think it should automatically delete the damn token if it dies. Damn it. we are on ghoul number 11, who still cannot see any of what's going on. Great, awesome, thanks. Y'all the best. I love playing ghouls. That's not true, but you know, sometimes I hate the randomizer simply because I lose track of where they are. Oh, okay, there we go. Ghoul number 22 is right there. Is going to close the distance with Tychus.
Yeah, get in there, ghoul.
Is that...
I'm ready for these to be like challenge rating 5 ghouls each, and they're just gonna rip our balls off.
Targeting Tychus. And...
I'm ready for the crit. Hit me! Hit me! Hit me!
Stop trying to hit me and hit me!
Come on, I want you to do it. I want you to do it. Come on.
Is going to take a hack at you with its claws.
Watcha! Do it. Get me.
Work. Fantasy Grounds is killing me here. I've got...
Deal that necrotic damage.
Oh, nice. Well done. Good job, thing.
It didn't even target me. I didn't see the roll.
Oh, it was a nat 1, if it makes you feel any better.
Nice. He breaks all of his bone fingers on my armor or some shit.
Yeah, so the ghoul number 22 there, takes a number of slashes at you with his claws, or its claws. I don't know that you can actually tell the gender of ghouls anymore. And
I don't think it's very necessary.
I don't think it is either. You're right. But anyway, you hear a sickening cracking sound as swipe after swipe, a claw just snaps off on your armor.
So here's something fun. My superiority die and those related skills are just not on Fantasy Grounds.
Fun.
So I'm just going to track those in here. But one of my things is that I have Riposte. I am going to spend one of my superiority die to make a melee weapon attack with my reaction on Ghoul 22.
Okay. I think I actually looked at those and decided that I was not smart enough to figure out how to put them in Fantasy Grounds, so manual tracking was going to be easier.
So that's a natural 20.
That's a thing.
That's a natural 20. First things first, I get to roll a d8. Was the superiority die going to be doubled or no?
Yeah, any damage that you do will be max damage plus roll. Or I guess, or however Fantasy Grounds wants to handle it.
Alright, so 25, and then we'll tack on 2 d8s for good measure. So that's going to be 36 damage. That's my superiority die.
Yeah, that's
I add the
thing.
superiority die. I add the superiority die to my damage when I use Riposte like that.
Wow.
So, if you'd like to describe your killing blow on number 22 there, you are more than welcome to. Otherwise, I'll come up with something.
I would kind of scoff. I would kind of scoff at the ghoul before scoff at the ghoul's failure to damage me before just like and I would swing my greatsword, and I imagine that I hit it with enough force that I don't actually cut it, I just kind of crumple it.
Sounds good.
Hit it with like the blunt end of the blade.
Yeah, it's just like
just a flat-bladed slap, just pop.
Yeah, just like I imagine that like there's not a lot of flesh to cut, so I just crunch all the bones and shit. And just absolutely destroy it.
Yeah, it is. It's very much not
erased.
Very much not in in any sort of even half-living condition there next to you.
Battlemaster's very fun, guys. I recommend it.
So that all occurred on Ghoul 22's turn.
Yeah, I can do that 4 times per short rest.
That is true. Ghoul number 10.
Granted, it cost my reaction, so I can't do it again this round.
Runs in even further. And we are at Nock, who is hiding in a bush.
As usual, seemingly. Are there any bushes closer to the action? Or are these it?
Yeah, there's almost certainly. Here, I'll add a few more in there. I just wanted to give you a few options.
Okay.
I'm just making them hearts now, because I love you all. That's why.
And
if you loved us, you wouldn't run Tomb of Annihilation.
To be fair, I did not pick this module. I inherited this module.
I'm just poking fun.
I know.
Alright, so what I'm going to do... I'm going to shoot at Ghoul 10.
Shooting at Ghoul 10.
And this doesn't get advantage from being stealthy or anything, right?
It does, actually.
Oh, it does?
Or, well, you'll have... Let's see.
Because if I get advantage, that means I get sneak attack bonus.
Yeah. Yeah, Ghoul 10 was far enough away that it had no idea you were in the bush to begin with. So that will be sneak attack.
Awesome. Alright, here I go. Drop the 2. That hits. And then here's the damage without the sneak attack. And here's what sneak attack adds.
14
7
damage.
more damage.
So that is
14 total.
14 total, and that was at Ghoul 10, yes?
Yes.
Come on, let me modify the damage that's been done.
Yeah,
there we
control.
go. Okay, so Ghoul 10 recoils from a bolt of unknown origin, as far as it's concerned.
And while it's recoil, I'm gonna stealthily roll into this bush.
Okay. Ghoul 10 definitely doesn't notice you.
Do I need to re-roll stealth for anyone else? For any of the other
no, I'd say Ghoul 8 is pretty focused on Dragonbait / Tychus at this point. The two that moved up much closer.
Alright.
So you are once again successfully hidden in a bush.
Cool.
Anything else?
No, I'm going to end my turn.
Alright. Dragonbait, still smelling strongly of baked bread. Sees what you've done to number 10 there. Rolls up on it. And makes an attack with his longsword that didn't show up on the screen, damn it. My screen is too small. I need more real estate. There it is. All right. And his swing with the longsword severs the ghoul at the waist, leaving nothing but a pair of halves that writhe for a moment before beginning to quickly melt away. We move on to ghoul number 1, who is somewhere. Wait, ghoul number 1 might be dead, and I might have forgotten to delete them. So once again, that's why I say I hate the somewhat, like, I understand the purpose of randomizing the numbers. But I definitely lose track of where they are. Yeah. Ghoul number 1 is not. It's no longer present. So artists 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Oh, beautiful. Manages to get up within melee range of ghoul number 8 there. And he will take a swing with Bookmark and do poorly and still hit. Ghouls are...
They're fucking ghouls, Cloaking. Their AC is probably like 8.
A little more than that, but yeah, it's pretty low. It's like wizard AC.
Yeah, but unlike wizards, they can't stop time.
Oh, let's see. Damage there is... Ta-da! And how many attacks does he get? He gets 3. So he's going to do that again. Oh, whatever. We're just going to presume he hit because I grabbed the wrong thing. And okay. There's the we'll just roll the 2 hit after the damage, you know. Cuz that's how it's done. And yeah. Last one. Once again a hit. And Artis pierces so many holes in this ghoul that even its lack of blood flow becomes a problem for all of the fluids leaking out of it. And we are on to ghoul number 3, who is right here. Ghoul number 3, however, now that it has seen a number of its brethren melt upon approaching the party, turns around. It's not having any of it.
Getting the fuck out of here.
Just not having any. It's leaving.
Don't think I've ever seen an enemy in D&D fucking just leave.
That's fair, but that's what these ones do for sure. Where did I flipped to the wrong damn page? Where'd I go? There we go. And it actually uses both its movement and its regular action to take the dash action. Ghoul number 7, same thing. These ghouls are attempting to get the hell out.
Cowards. They just want to become experienced.
Ghoul 13.
I know we're not using experience, but
you know. Well, and even if we were, the way I track experience, they would be experience, because in order to, if I'm using experience, in order to try and mitigate murder hoboiness, I try to make it clear to my party that resolving the combat however you resolve it is worth the same amount of experience. Murder is not necessary. As long as you make sure that... so ghoul number 13. The first 2 ghouls actually, as they begin to run away, begin making noises of distress. Which, for ghouls, probably sounds incredibly hellish.
Like nails on a chalkboard?
Yeah, that would be a good descriptor. So I really wish when I deleted the token that it would also delete them from the tracker. That would be convenient. Maybe if I delete them from the tracker, it deletes the token. Maybe I'm doing that backwards. Okay. We make it back around to Tychus.
I mean, if all the ghouls are fucking off.
They are in fact beginning the process of fucking off.
I guess I would 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would just kind of move here to see if I can survey around and see any more ghouls.
Okay, so you see the two that were somewhat close, but are now running away. There's still nobody that sees. There's one more kind of nestled in a weird spot behind a tree from everybody.
There's like one hiding?
Not really intending on hiding, just never really realized what was going on until the noises of distress began. Are you going?
I don't really have a means of damaging it, so I would just kind of glare at it.
Okay. Dash action, anything else with your bonus?
Nope, it's really all I can do.
And Noname. Still hanging out in the back, still concentrating on a moonbeam.
I can at least move forward. I have no idea where it is, so, you know.
Nothing.
There's my 30. If I want to keep the concentration up, I can't really dash, I don't think.
I think you can. I think the only thing you can't do really is cast another concentration spell. And you have to make con saves if you take damage.
Still don't see what you guys are seeing, so. Oh well, I've moved up to the rest of the party.
Yay! They're happy to have you.
Well, alrighty then.
Alright, and ghoul number 11 has finally heard the noises of distress. Everybody in the party does get quick glimpses of it.
And it just kills itself.
As it ducks in and out of the trees, taking the dash action and catching up somewhat with the rest of its group. Ghoul 22 was one of the ones I did backwards and needed to be deleted already. Same with ghoul number 10. And we are at Knock. You are... you can see... What is that? 3 of them? 4? You can see all 4 of them from where you are. I don't know. I assume you would have range with your arm bow thing.
Yeah, so the range is 80/320, so I think it would be an attack with disadvantage if I try to snipe it from this far, right?
Let's see. You're 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You can just hold down left and right. You draw a line. And that one's 110 away from me.
Okay, so yes, that'd be an attack with disadvantage should you choose.
Alright. Seeing that we have the advantage, I'm gonna try to move a little further. Oops. Yeah. Fuck. I keep grabbing the arrow or the window itself. I'm gonna get this close. That is 80. So that would not be with disadvantage from here.
Indeed.
So I'm gonna try to take a shot at 11. Just press our advantage. I'm gonna roll to hit. Almost a crit. That would have been awesome. My damage is 11.
Damage is 11. So you hit ghoul number 11, and it stumbles a little bit, but isn't removed from this plane of existence just yet.
Alright. I'm satisfied with that as my turn then.
Dragonbait and Artis both just kind of... Well, Dragonbait, there's a... What you might translate as a chuckle, but primarily what you smell, those who are near enough...
and those who can smell.
And those who can smell, yeah. So basically everybody but you, Nock. You smell the scent of tar emanating from Dragonbait. And Artis as well smells the tar and turns and high-fives Dragonbait. And ghoul number 3 fucks off somewhere off map. Ghoul number 7 fucks off somewhere off map. Same with 13. And Tychus has one last turn with one remaining ghoul visible.
I would actually take the time to stow my sword and start walking towards the ship with the people stuck up there.
Okay. I was hoping you would, yeet your sword.
Which part of the ship are you walking towards? There's 3 parts there.
The lowest area, because perhaps I could immediately help some people down, given my size.
Okay, so you're walking,
so which area would that be?
Let's see, because it's showing you the weird... You're actually walking, that'd be southwest of you. Because it's not showing the... I don't really like the way they did the view on this map.
So over here-ish?
Yeah. There's a big tree trunk there that you can see. You can't see the top of, but you can kind of see the edge of it.
Yeah,
and that would be...
Now I can't see any of you guys anymore.
Which is strange, because the thing that's blocking your line of sight is 50 feet in the goddamn air. So, you should be able to see them.
And you can't turn this fog off?
Let's see here. I probably
can. You can disable line of sight.
I figured I could. It'd just be a matter of... how?
I think if you go to the line of sight drawing layer sort of thing, there should be an eye icon. I think you can click that to disable and enable it.
Oh, I'm not seeing a line of sight drawing layer, though.
Look for an eye icon.
No, that probably
broke. Okay, now I can't see anything.
You enabled Fog of War.
Yeah, I did. That's a true story.
The big fog.
So that was the mask. I don't think I'm ever quite going to grasp how Fantasy Grounds operates. Because it's just so goddamn complicated.
Something you could do. Do you see, on the layers of the map itself, do you see a line of sight layer?
I do not.
Oh.
Layers, we have the grid. literally just the grid and then the mask, and doing the mask turned on Fog of War. So
no, below that there should be like some layers, like image layers.
Nope.
Trying to like force my way up here just so I can see, but nope, that's actually blocked off. I can't actually get up there.
Really, that's weird.
Yeah, the tree trunks are actually, I can't move tokens up there.
That's super.
So is combat over at this point?
The ghouls have, unless the ghouls have fucked off. So, the voice that you heard before. I heard a commotion. Is everything okay?
Yes, it was just a pack of undead, likely trying to find their way up to where you were. We've dealt with them now.
And everybody notices that all of these trees around are covered in very thick vines that would probably make climbing up to the levels of the shipwreck fairly easy.
I return to the group and witness this.
I would imagine you guys would group up with me over here where the low-level area is.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, there you are.
Huh.
Tychus, give me a lift. I point up to one of the vines.
Here. And I would lift you up. I'll climb up after you in a moment.
Alright. Am I able to reach one of the vines easily with his lift?
Yeah, so you reach one of the vines easily with the lift. Seeing as you're getting a lift, why don't you give me athletics with advantage?
Me? Or?
No, knock.
Okay.
For being the active climber.
Not acrobatics?
You know what? I could give you acrobatics for it.
Sick. Still with advantage?
Yeah, you're still getting help, so.
Alright. Boy, am I glad I had advantage. That's a 24.
Okay, so you fairly easily make it to... see, I can drag you to the top of the trees, interestingly.
Yeah, the GM can drag us anywhere.
So you make it, but you do make it onto the limb, and then, therefore, onto where you can see...
And then... yeah, okay.
Let me... And now you should be able to see them momentarily as soon as I unhide them all. So they're on the stern. You see a pair of crewmen who just appear to be laying there.
Can I check if they seem to be alive?
They're definitely still alive. They seem to be suffering the effects of severe exhaustion.
While you do that, I'm going to make an effort to climb up behind you.
Go ahead and give me athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
I would also like to follow.
It's a 9.
That is a 9. So you grab onto the vines and somehow manage to grab onto the only one that isn't strong enough to bear weight. Conveniently, you did not do so at a significant height, so you
just grabbed the vine, and I went to start climbing, and it just pulled it right off.
Yeah, just too strong for your own good, I guess.
I'm gonna give that another try.
I would also like to give that a go.
Go for it. Same thing, acrobatics or...
There we go.
Would you stop minimizing, please, FGU? I'm trying to grab this map and get it out of the way so I can see the damn rolls. There we go. Okay. So both of you are successful in making it up to making it up the tree and to the stern level.
Hmm.
Do I perceive anything of note up here? No, guys, don't worry. I'm not trying to loot for once. I'm actually wondering why they're so exhausted. I don't know why my voice keeps cracking.
Well, you do remember that they said that the wreck occurred, roughly 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, but they should have been able to still sleep, right?
Sleeping is not the only thing that impacts exhaustion. So
to eat.
they haven't been able. The majority of their supplies that they were carrying has spilled to the ground, including their water catchers.
Question: how many people are up here that need help?
You see 2 members on this level. If it would let me kill this line of sight, you would see 4 others in the middle area.
I'm gonna see.
I guess actually the middle area is higher than where you are, so you wouldn't see them.
I see there are ropes. There's ropes connecting the 2 parts, though, right?
There are. That's the rigging of the ship, where it's hung up in the branches.
Seeing as these 2 can probably help these 2 on this level, I'm gonna see if I can,
Wait.
Yes?
Goodberry.
Oh, this spell you've been talking about for forever is finally gonna bear fruit, huh?
Oh, you're funny.
I'm going to pass a few to knock and go, give these out to the rest of the crew. If you find any more.
Alright, how many did you give me?
I'll probably give you 5 because I can make 10 of these at a time for some reason.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pass one to Radas and one to Falx. It isn't gonna cure the exhaustion, but it is all of the sustenance required for 24 hours. So
that's true. It's an improvement.
Alright, with that, I'm going to attempt to use this rope to cross to the higher part.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and give me acrobatics?
Alright. Oh, that was... It rocked over 1.
Okay,
would have been a great character death.
I don't think it would have been death. You're only 50 feet up, so that's only 5d6.
Yeah.
You would have...
I would survive even if they were all 6, but...
It would have sucked.
Yeah.
But... So yeah, you're successful in making it across the rope.
Please tell me I get tightrope walk.
If that's you were successful, so if you want to describe it as such,
yes,
then
tightrope walk across like a badass.
Without your hands at all, and we're gonna move you just a little bit further there so that you can actually see. And as you make it to the railing of the middle portion, the one labeled T there speaks just briefly, and you can match it with the voice that you've heard on the ground. Oh, hello there.
Hello. I was told to give you these. I hand one of the good berries to each of them.
And they each eat their good berries. And it once again doesn't cure their exhaustion. They're still extremely exhausted, but feeling much better about that fact, I guess.
How high up are we right now?
Let's see. The 2 of you still on the stern are 50 feet in the air. You are about 65 feet now.
So, why are you all stuck up here? Have you not had a rope to descend?
We all... None of us are good climbers, and all of our supplies are on the ground. And as they answer you, all of you hear a crashing sound coming through the jungle.
That can't be good. I'm going to walk to wherever it is on the boat so that I can see in the direction of the crashing.
Alright, so if you look to the... Well, and of course you can't see it because of how they did the damn line of sight.
See one of them.
Okay, so to the southeast of you, you do see some very large, ape-like creatures.
That is very not good.
There it is. I'm actually going to drop you an image in the Tomb channel.
Uh-oh.
Okay. That's,
4-armed zombie Donkey Kong.
Yeah, something like it. For the benefit of those listening or watching, we will peek my Discord onto this monitor briefly so that you can see the picture as well. And why don't we get initiative again?
He has 4 arms. He has no eyes. This Kong's gonna kill all of you guys, huh?
ZK.
There we go. That's where I'm supposed to be on the
Kong.
combat tracker.
Fuck's sake. Can I roll a double-digit initiative, please?
Hey, at least you beat Noname. Alright.
Okay. Zombie Kong.
So, Artis is our first actor.
I'm going to shut to Artis. Artis, now would be a good time to use that ring of yours.
And Artis, he yells up, "I can't use it too much. We're just gonna draw down constant combat if I do. They know how to track the magic from it."
If you have a better idea on how to deal with these giant 4-armed zombie gorillas, be my guest. Because I'm guessing these are like large creatures.
Yes, they are large. They are. Well, the only idea I have is I can see their tendons. Maybe I can sever them with this dagger. And Artis begins running towards them.
If you're wrong, they'll kill you.
If they get close to killing me, then I will just have to use the ring. That's fine.
We have to make a choice.
So Artis dashes along. Okay, I was in the wrong spot on the combat tracker. There we go. Artis dashes along, and we are at Nock.
Alright, so, is there any sort of advantage imposed for high ground?
That's a good question. I'd say Why don't you go ahead and give me +2 on the roll, on the attack roll?
Right. Because if you, it's 70 feet away horizontally, but
70 feet horizontal, right? Your hypotenuse would be. We'll also just say that since you have gravity working in your favor, that you would have, say, 100 350 instead of 80 320.
350.
As long as gravity is still working in your favor and you're higher than them.
Well, because I was wondering, because of the hypotenuse length, I would get disadvantage from how far it is.
Right, well, that's what I'm saying, is that because part of that disadvantage, or that range disadvantage, is based in arrow drop, that since you're already high, that gravity has a little less of an effect aiming down.
Alright. So, do I have disadvantage or not?
No disadvantage.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and shoot at this zombie.
Go for it.
That is a 14 to hit.
That is a 14 to hit. That will hit.
That is gonna be 13 damage.
For 13 damage. So you strike the large zombie, and it takes a pretty good hit, but doesn't really stop moving about it.
Alright, what's the depth between here and this branch here?
Between there and which branch now?
This one, like, right underneath me.
Oh, so that branch is probably 5 feet below you, but then angles upwards to be 10 feet higher than you by the time it reaches the next section of ship.
Okay. Would I be able to climb down and move along the branch?
You would, but it will be, it will take 10 feet of movement to climb down the 5 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm cool with that. So I'll get from here to there. So I can get to, like, here-ish. Does that seem good with you?
Yep, seems good with me.
Alright. Then I'm gonna end my turn.
Alright, and the crew members are still under the effects of extreme exhaustion. So Radas just, what's happening? What's going on? And then we have Dragonbait, who is still on the ground, and runs to catch up with his buddy. Same concept for basically all of our crew people, as far as they just can't really do much. Their player knowledge, exhaustion level 4, so they're nearing just outright death from... Okay, so big-ass zombie number 10 gets to go next. It moves...
Wait, do these guys also have the Delta Airlines tattoo?
These do not have the Delta Airlines tattoo. They are just really big fucking zombies.
So the HR department didn't rat us out to security. Got it.
Nope. This was
These are just a couple of Karens at the Bob Evans at the airport, just a little upset.
Well, maybe a lot upset, but so 5, 10.
You ever been to an express Bob Evans at the airport? It's actual fucking awful.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, and then 10 feet up the tree, and then uses its bonus action to move an additional 30 feet towards Nock, who it can now see. But does not manage to close the full distance there. Crewman 7 and 2, actually, and number 1 there. 10, 15, 20, we're going to move him under the ship, not on top of. And then same concept, though, as it closes the distance with Artis. And it takes a snap with its teeth at Artis. What, does Artis not have his AC programmed in this? Come on now. What's going on? Because it didn't actually tell me if that hit or not. Oh, what'd I do with my stat block? I've got him pulled up. Okay, that hits. So, bites Artis for 5 damage.
Are you serious? It only does 5 damage?
Well, it rolled a 1 on the die.
That's valid, I guess.
But here's the fun part. That was the bite attack. It then goes absolutely ham with the claws on all 4 arms.
You could say he goes apeshit.
You could, in fact, say he goes apeshit.
And then he pulls out his cocoa nut gun.
So, once for 5 more damage. Twice. Oh, come on now. Where'd you go? Why aren't you? There it goes. For 5 more damage. Third time. For 5 more damage. I'm just rolling poorly on damage. Rolling great on hits. Oh, hey, there we go. And with the 4th one, swings so hard and Artis has been recoiled by being bitten and then slapped around 3 times, that the 4th one, sorry, catches Artis just squarely on the jaw. And Artis catches 12 damage for that one. And is suddenly not looking... is looking the most hurt that you think you've ever seen Artis look. That last slash definitely opened up a couple of good bleeding wounds in his face. Another crewman that can't do shit, and we are at Tychus, who is still on the stern.
I'm gonna turn to Noname.
Yeah.
Take as many of these people as you can to high ground. And stay up here. Artis is going to die without help. and I'm, would it take my action to try to climb down safely?
If you're attempting safely, then... Let's see, you're 50 feet in the air, so yeah, it would have to be your action for the climb. As well.
Right. I'm gonna climb down and, begin running towards Artis and company.
Okay.
So where would I climb down at?
Let's see. The best spot for you to climb down would be at the trunk there. There's not really another...
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's gonna be a while before I can get there.
Anything else?
It's really all I can do, considering I've spent my action.
Fair. I just always like to check, you know.
Fair enough.
I'd rather get your confirmation that your turn is over, rather than assuming. Especially because I know I have some characters that have, like, a bonus action that I've busted out once in 9 sessions, so the DM totally forgets it exists. So we are at Noname, who is still on the stern.
So, I am up above. Can I see Artis from here?
Yes, you would... It's hard, but you know about where he's at. You saw him run over there. And you definitely heard the wet slaps of large ape things smacking the shit out of him.
See, the frustration here is, if I don't heal Artis, he will absolutely die. But Tychus told me to go get these people to safety. Do I let Tychus tell me what to do?
I don't know. Do you?
How far off the ground are we?
You are still 50 feet off the ground.
You know, one could argue that keeping the crew up here is keeping them safe.
Yeah. Alright, I can't see Artis on the map because the game's not good about that. I know I can see him, I just don't know where he is on the map. In any way, shape, or form. Is he under knock? Or... guys? I supposedly can see Artis, I just can't actually see Artis on the map, so I have no idea where he is comparatively to me.
Just move your token forward,
okay.
So where you... Oh, there he is!
Okay. I could easily walk over here.
These gorillas move a lot faster than I thought they did.
I can make it. Just barely. I want to dump a unicorn spirit near him.
You want to dump a what now?
A unicorn spirit.
Okay.
Use my spirit totem as a bonus action, and put a unicorn spirit there.
I am not familiar with this unicorn spirit, actually.
And then I'm going to drop a 2nd level healing word. The unicorn spirit gives me, let's see. It lends its protection to those nearby. Allies gain advantage on all ability checks made to detect creatures or spirits aura. In the spirit's aura, in addition, if you cast a spell using a spell slot that restores hit points to any creature inside or outside the aura, each creature of your choice in that aura also regains hit points equal to your druid level.
Nice. And that aura is... Oh, wow, that's a big aura. 30-foot radius.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't have a level 2 healing word. I only have the level 1 one. Second level healing word is 2d4 plus 5.
Yeah, it doubles the dice is all.
So just cast it twice, or just dump another 1d4?
Dump another 1d4 and I'll manually edit it.
And then add 5 in there, I think. No, 4 in there. So that's 11, 15 points of health back.
Yep. So he is... As you speak your words of encouragement / healing, whatever you want to call it, or that would be up to you, you see some of the blood that was beginning to leak down his cheek just kind of retract and seal itself up as a scab.
Just slurp that shit back up.
I can keep you alive from a distance. Let's go.
Medic, how did you bring us all back to life? Oh, they sucked out all your blood, so I just put it all back in.
I get that reference.
That doesn't seem like it worked. I know, right? Why do people even have medical licenses?
But that's all of my actions, so, like, have fun.
So we've reached the captain, who ain't doing shit. And number 3. 5, 10...
See, the good thing is, it heals everyone 20, in the aura when I cast one healing spell in there, so if I just dump my little healing spirit in there...
30.
I can heal you, Tychus, when you enter the aura 5, as well.
10, 15, 20, 25... Oh, just shy. So the last...
Zombie 3?
So the...
Only 2, right?
No.
Oh, yeah, there's 3. Okay, that's bad.
Yeah, that's all bad. It's not a happy day.
Things are only getting worse.
So the last one begins making its way towards Artis, and then pours on the speed and begins making its way towards Artis faster, pounding its chest with all 4 arms as it does, and then pounding its chest in some sort of anger as it cannot manage to get close enough to maul the shit out of him.
Artis!
And Artis is now up. And he looks at the second zombie closing the distance briefly, turns to Dragonbait and says, "It's still not close enough to risk this ring. Back me up, buddy." And begins to stab at the one there in front of him with his dagger. Hitting the first time for 7 damage. Hitting the second time, again for 7 damage. And hitting the third time for 6 damage. Verify that. Yes, okay. That damage went in. And you see Artis take a few stabs with his dagger. And every single one does find purchase in the rotting flesh of these large-ass zombies. But it almost seems like very little was done. The zombie The big zombie still almost doesn't even register the fact that it's been stabbed a few times. And we are at Nock, who is in the tree. Or on the tree.
So I'm going to go ahead and try to shoot at the zombie one again.
Okay.
Oh, that was almost a natural 20.
It was almost.
Like, it was a 20, then it rolled down to an 8. Right.
Conveniently for you, they are still in fact zombies.
Yes, and also I get sneak attack bonus, because...
yeah, Artis is right up on him, so...
Mm-hmm.
That is a true story. Oh,
So,
nice roll.
Thank you. That is 12 plus 3.
3 more. Alright. And with your arrow, you see that zombie take it in the side and finally visibly recoil at the fact that it's been damaged.
Alright, and as it recoils, I'm going to see if I can climb up into the ship. Into this part of the ship, at least.
Let's see, you're already on the branch, so yeah, it'll take double move speed to get up there.
Okay.
But, so that means you can move 15 instead of 30, if that's your normal.
Alright, what do I see up here?
From up there, you can clearly see pretty much the entire battlefield. You see the one that's in the limbs to your south.
Yeah, I meant on the ship itself. Do I see anything or anyone?
Oh, no, there's nobody in the bow section of the ship.
Okay. I see that there's an underside in here with the stairs going to it.
There is, but because of the way the ship broke up as it landed in the trees, it is incredibly unsafe to attempt to descend those stairs.
Alright.
You are certainly welcome to try.
Nah, I'm gonna move over to this hole.
Okay.
And, I can't see from line of sight stuff, but I can make it here. Can I take a peek inside the hole?
You look down in the hole, and you see lots of broken timbers, as well as you feel like with the appropriate twist as you went down, that you could drop straight to the ground from there. Of course, that is a 75-foot drop.
Yeah.
So.
But there's nothing of interest within the ship itself?
No.
Okay. Alright. That's my turn.
We're fighting 10-foot-tall zombie gorillas and Nock's looking for gems.
So, Radas does nothing, still exhausted. Dragon Bait comes around the back of Artis to close distance with the other zombie that
I'm gonna move Nock's token just so I can see from line of sight.
Yeah, no worries.
But I'm still right there.
If I could turn off line of sight for this map, I would. But oh wait, I think I might have just worked it out a little bit. Maybe.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. There we go. There's a.
Yeah, the treetops are still blocking it for me, but.
Okay, that should be a little better. The treetops are still blocking it, and I don't see the way to open those up. But I think the shipwreck section should stop blocking you at least.
Yeah.
So Dragon Bait will target this one here. And he gets 2 melee attacks. Yep, targeting correctly. So his first swing does 11 damage to the zombie thing, and you actually see... No, that was wrong.
Ouch. He wholly nuked himself.
Yeah, that's not how that's supposed to go, and it actually didn't impact that. So I'm gonna manually roll that, because... you see, as it does so, or as he swings in, that his sword, for the first time you've ever noticed, begins to glow. And the place where he left a wound, the edges of that wound also begin to glow. And the zombie that he struck visibly recoils from being struck by that, even though it doesn't appear to be super damaged. And Dragonbait emits a very strong smell of lemon. And then, as he does so, takes his second hand and places it on the long sword. And the smell of lemon doubles.
Double lemon?
Double lemon! And... oh, there we go. See, that time it did it right. So, once again takes a hack at this large zombie. This time two-handed instead of one. And again, all of the places where the sword impacted glow with a strange energy that make that zombie very not okay with existing at the moment. And that zombie severely recoils from the strike. And Dragonbait is done. Another crewman that moves on. And we have zombie number 10, who moves along this branch, sorry, to the stern, or to the bow, sorry, wrong part of the ship. I totally know my nautical terms. Shh.
Stern is the front, so the bow.
No,
is the back.
The bow is the front. You totally know
No.
your nautical terms as well.
No, I'm sure the stern is the front.
I'm sure you're wrong. But, and then, as a bonus action...
The stern is the back, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
As its bonus action, closes distance with knock here, on the bow.
Oh, fuck, it climbed up there! Oh, fuck!
What?
It was already on the branch. It took its first turn climbing. It was on the branch.
Oh.
As it... Yeah, you're the one that didn't fuck off.
AKA Return to Monkey.
I thought it was still on the ground.
Nope.
Well, you're about to get fucking juggle comboed.
Don't worry, DK's low tier.
Not in Ultimate, he's not. He's like pretty solidly mid.
So, just as you noticed the first one do with Artis, it leans down to bite at you.
And it misses.
Its teeth... You said you have 16 AC, right?
17.
17. Okay, so it's
What's your AC higher than me?
because he's made of metal.
She,
sorry. She's made of metal. That's how.
and also I'm nimble as fuck.
So the teeth kind of glance off the parts of your body, but you're definitely uncomfortable with how close that was.
As the Pokemon Stadium announcer would say, a glancing blow.
And then
Oh, it's Tangela!
begins the process of swiping at you once with each of its forearms.
Ooh.
Fails. That one does hit.
Got you with that one. I think you also have more HP than me, so you're fine.
For 8 damage. Number 3.
Not saying much.
Dude, he's hitting you with the banana slammer.
For 8 damage. And number 4.
Oh, fuck.
For 5 damage.
That just screams, stop rolling fucking 4s!
Ugh.
So I imagine that was a decent amount of damage to knock.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
total of 21 that turn.
Okay, well...
And we
bad.
have crewman,
That's
and
60% of my health.
number 1, who is still here hanging out with Artis. And number 1, well, they're big and beefy, but they're not very creative. So they tend to take very similar turns. This one, once again, goes to bite Artis.
I think Artis is about to fucking die.
Hits him for 10 damage with the bite, piercing into the shoulder that he uses to wield Bookmark. And then... That was not a roll, that was weird. It just kind of dropped the die. There it goes. Swings with arm number 1 for 7 damage. Arm number 2 for 5 damage. Arm number 3 for 6 damage. And arm number 4 for 5 damage.
I'm honestly surprised he's still standing.
Well, he's got a lot of HP.
What level is Artis?
He is...
I know he's not a PC, but...
Right,
what's the challenge?
player knowledge CR7.
CR7, wow.
Yeah. Now, granted, a lot of that's going to be based in that fucking ring. But, like, his AC isn't great, but he does have a good number of magical items. Alright, and that was... that zombie?
7's usually when you start to see legendary actions. I'm honestly surprised that he doesn't have any.
Well, it's probably
yeah.
because of that fucking ring, because the ring's really stupid.
Basically is a legendary action.
Yeah, the ring is pretty much a legendary action in and of itself, because a CR7 that can cast level 6 spells.
So I can run beneath this boat, right?
Yes, that boat is not on the
1,
ground.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn it. Alright. Hold on. I'm gonna just take a dash and just reimagine this movement. So
That's
1,
fair.
You can also
2,
left and right click to
3,
draw a straight
4,
arrow.
5, 6.
Straight arrows are
7,
no fun when
8,
moving.
9, 10. Yeah, that should be good. I'm gonna get behind these guys, and I'm going to take my action surge,
Hey, there you go.
and I am going to cast my Necrotic Shroud.
Okay.
So, since both these gorillas are within 10 feet of me, they have to make a charisma saving throw, DC 14.
Oh, Jesus.
Otherwise, they are frightened until the end of my next turn. And for everyone who is seeing me, they hear a loud scream, and they see my eyes begin flowing with black energy, and I have skeletal angel wings coming out of my back. It's very edgy.
Super edgy. Okay, so we're gonna manually roll these.
I look like the album cover for a band that Shadow the Hedgehog would listen to. Can't imagine these things have at all good charisma.
Oh, not at all.
They need to make a DC 14 throw.
Well, if I could get these dice to cooperate.
A frighten is basically a stun, right?
They also have to move away from you as much as possible. Both of them fail their saves.
Okay. But that's everything I've got.
So no damage from that, they're just frightened?
Yep, looks like it.
Alright.
Now, what it does do is that, I can make one source of damage I do each turn do an extra 4 necrotic.
Okay.
But, yeah. But the initial transform doesn't do any damage.
Okay, so both of those zombies there on the ground with you are frightened now.
And I imagine it was very loud, so it caught the attention of basically everyone.
Yeah, I would imagine that, well, everybody who's capable of acting in this combat could see you anyway.
Why the fuck did you put the crewman on the tracker?
Because if y'all hadn't, basically if Nock hadn't moved to the bow initially, that one that climbed the tree was gonna wind up in the middle section and just start yeeting crewmen.
I like that.
You cut out, at least for me.
Oh, sorry. So if you hadn't climbed into the bow, that one that did climb up was going to move to the middle section and just start throwing crewmen the fuck off.
Oh.
Is that an improvised weapon?
Yeah, I mean, I guess kind of relying on gravity, though, so fall damage as opposed to 1d4.
Oh, I thought you meant you would throw them at us.
No, just yeeting them to the ground. Although if you were on the ground, I would probably start throwing them at you.
That just seems spiteful. Regardless.
Is that your turn, though?
Yep. Transforming takes a full action because, I don't know. So.
That seems odd, but I didn't write the class, so.
To be fair, I think it's only Fallen Aasimar that's a full action because they have by far the most powerful transform, despite the fact that their form is pretty weak compared to the other two. Because a 10-foot radius fear on a pretty decent charisma save, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, that really is. Alright.
And that's a racial. That's not like from a feat or anything. That's just pure racial.
Yeah, that is pretty super badass, actually. So we are at Noname.
Basic bitch healing word. Add 4. 13.
13 healing?
13 total?
Yep.
Okay, you targeted...
Thank you, healer.
And you targeted Artis with that?
Yep.
And Dragonbait hasn't taken any damage. Tychus, if you've taken damage, you get an extra 4 for being in the radius of...
I still have...
Don't think I've taken any damage.
Yeah, you haven't, according to the tracker, anyway.
And that's very much somewhere I can hit.
Definitely. And that will very much hit. 4 damage to number 3. Who is... Well, if he wasn't scared shitless of the thing behind him, would be fairly unpleased with what's going on, because the wounds that he took last turn are still just vaguely glowing. Anything else?
Nope.
Back to Thaslandra, who does nothing. Number 3 is terrified of Tychus, and will begin running into the jungle. As it does so, however, will receive an attack of opportunity from Dragonbait. And I'm going to have to manually do that. So.
Oh man, Mans is hauling ass.
That is fucking a lot to hit. That will hit. It's not a 20, but it's almost. And Dragonbait still had that sword gripped two-handed. So that's going to be 4, 9... and 14 more, so 23 damage to number 3. And that was radiant damage. So, sorry, I moved him prematurely. Because as it attempts to break away from Dragonbait,
Dragonbait just cleaves it.
Dragonbait cleaves it. Once again, the fresh wounds begin glowing brightly. Only this time, instead of only remaining glowing, you see the bright edges soak into the rest of the remaining skin and begin dissolving skin and bone. And it attempts to run away, but fails to do so correctly, I guess, or fails to do so in any reasonable manner, as...
This gorilla is going to provoke an opportunity attack from me and Artis.
It is, in fact. Well, maybe. It's Artis's turn first.
Oh, yeah.
So Artis is going to get to stab at it. And 1 good stab. Two good stabs. That is the wrong die. I don't know why it just rolled a d20 for that. Come on now. Well, you are just... My dice are being rude at actually popping up. There we go. 2 good stabs. And 1 more time. Why are you being like this? I think it's because I'm dropping it in the wrong spot on the... Wow. Even a 5 on the dice hits that motherfucker. And 3 good stabs. The zombie is very much not having a good time about this.
It's shitting its pants that it's not wearing.
Nock, you are up.
Okay. Question. Does applying a poison require an action?
No, that would be your free item interaction.
Ooh. Okay. Actually, yeah, that actually reminds me. I think I have something in mind.
Are you gonna poison the zombie?
Yeah, it's Starting at 3rd level, you can use the bonus action granted by your cunning action to make a dexterity check, use your thieves' tools, or disarm a trap, or use the thieves' tools to disarm a trap, or open a lock, or take the use an object action. If I were to trigger an opportunity attack, would that incur just the bite hit, or literally all 5 hits?
It would incur just the bite.
Okay.
Or just one of the claws, most likely the bite.
Okay. So basically, this gorilla zombie snuck up on me, and I wasn't expecting it, and I took a bit of a beating, and I'm in my panic. I disregard the value of the poison, and I coat my rapier with it.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack with the rapier.
Attacking the one that's up on you? Well, oh yeah,
yes.
Duh, because with rapier. No, you're totally attacking the one on the ground from 75 feet up with a fucking sword.
I'm throwing my rapier. No, I'm using rapier.
Okay, so you coat your rapier in poison?
Yes, in the wyvern poison.
And you take a swing?
Yes. Please do not miss.
So before you roll damage, however,
yes.
The zombie looks at your rapier making contact, but as the poison impacts its skin, you actually see the place that you hit it instantly heal up.
What?
Player knowledge, immunity to poison.
Well, that's 1,200 gold down the drain. Cool. Well, I get the rapier damage at least, I guess.
That's true. You will still get the actual blade damage.
So that's 9 damage.
Alright. Number 10. Who has... Oh no. That's unhappy. I didn't realize that one hadn't taken any damage until that 9.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oops.
Yeah, that's why I was really counting on the poison.
Oops. Does it not show you the... I guess it probably wouldn't show you the effects in the combat tracker.
What do you mean?
Well, from my side, it's clearly labeled immune to poison and immune to the poison condition. But it probably wouldn't show you that because that would be, metagaming or something.
Yeah. Alright. So, question.
Answer.
I would like to sidestep and fall down into the hole. I'm wondering if I can grab onto a vine on my way down.
Oh. Give me a perception check.
Perception check?
Yes.
That is an 11.
So you do see a vine. You're not positive how strong it is. It appears to be very thin.
Like
but
as I'm falling?
Yeah.
Alright.
Or like even as like you peek down into the hole briefly before you jump.
Yeah, like
to kind of get.
I'm afraid I'm backing up. I look down the hole and I see the vine. I look back to the zombie gorilla and I just take a step off into the hole. Now, technically, if you unwillingly leave melee range, that does not incur an attack of opportunity.
Yeah,
I'm gonna from gravity count.
I'm gonna go with this one falls in that gray area that I will rule as does not incur opportunity.
Alright. To be fair, the gorilla probably didn't expect me to literally just fall off.
Right. It's definitely in that gray area, but my ruling will be no opportunity attack from that one.
Alright, can I roll acrobatics to see if I catch onto the vine?
Yeah, give me acrobatics to check your vine catch.
Oh. That is a 26.
So you manage to grab onto that vine very handily. You feel it kind of start to sway and hear a little creaking as your weight gets caught against it, but despite its thinness, the vine holds your weight.
Okay. I guess I can end my turn here, hanging for dear life on the bottom of this boat.
Yeah, you're we'll say about 60 feet in the air, hanging on a vine.
Cool.
And we have a crew member and Dragonbait. Dragonbait moves in on the remaining one on the ground. And oh, whoops, wrong thing. Let's make sure it actually hit. It did in fact hit. So Dragonbait moves up on the one on the ground and takes another two-handed swing with his sword, which again glows in response to his swing. The wounds again begin to glow, and quickly the zombie's flesh is melted away, as well as its bones. And you once again smell, especially Tychus, Artis, and Nock will smell.
No, I don't.
Well, you're up in the air, so it's kind of.
I don't smell.
Oh, right, you don't smell. Okay. So those who can smell and are nearby would smell a very strong scent of tar as Dragonbait dispatches yet another large gorilla zombie thing. And we have the one up top here who...
There's no way it can fit through that hole.
No, it can't. Looks down at the hole briefly. Looks around. Roars in some sort of anger. And then yeets itself over this gap to come to the center area.
Well, these motherfuckers are about to die.
It forgoes its bite attack, choosing instead to use its forearms. It grabs the first crewman and chucks them overboard. With their state of exhaustion, the impact immediately kills the crewman. Luckily for you, you're close enough to the edge of the ship that it can't actually see to directly throw them at you. So, second arm, grabbing at Thalisandra. Fails to grab with the second arm. Tries again with the third. And
rolled to hit me for some reason. It still has me targeted.
Oh, oops. Get that target off. There we go. Okay. Throws Thalisandra over the edge. And with one more arm, once again fails to grab another crewman, and just pounds at the deck in disgust. As it does so, the ship has been suffering the effects of the jungle for a number of weeks now. And it pounds the ship in disgust, causing a giant hole to open up beneath it. Both crewmen, as well as the zombie, fall to the ground beneath the ship. Let's see, that is 60 above.
The crewmen are dead as fuck.
Oh, the crewmen are dead as fuck. Let's see, that is 5, 8, 10, 13, and 15 damage. And the zombie finds itself on the, so imagine it's on the ground below the ship there, not on the ship itself. But takes a pretty good impact and has to shake it off a little bit. We have Falx, who has nothing to do about it, and Tychus. There is a large gorilla zombie on the ground about 20 feet from you that just fell through. So.
And he's really pissed off that this gorilla decided to kill people. So is it control click to target?
Yeah.
Alright,
yep, there you go. You're targeting him.
I'm gonna go ahead and give this a good old swing-a-rooning. It's a 21.
That'll hit.
I think I can re-roll those twos.
You have Great Weapons Master?
Yep, so...
Then yeah, 1s and 2s should be able to be re-rolled, but you have to keep the...
Alright, so that's instead going to be 11, then add 4, so that's going to be 15 damage.
Okay, modify that.
And, I'm actually, hold on.
The zombie begins to slough some of its skin off, but,
I'm going to, spend one of my superiority dice to, give it to, make a distracting strike. So
okay.
1, I add a d8 to the total. So that's another 4.
Okay.
And the next attack that anybody but me makes on this guy before the start of my next turn will have advantage.
Alright.
So I imagine that, like, after I slash it, it looks at me and I, like, sneer at it. Just to get its attention onto me.
That certainly works. You sneer at this zombie who is still very angry about everything that's occurring right now.
Come on, you're not the only one that's dead around here.
And it turns to you, bearing its back at Noname, who will be next, should your turn be over.
Yeah,
boop. I have no way of seeing this thing, and I should be able to see it.
And
that bothers me immensely.
You actually should be able to see it. Let me see if I can... Can you see it now?
Yes, because I want to be able to hit it.
Yeah, you definitely can see it. You are lower than the thing that it's under. So...
You will have advantage on the next attack roll you make.
Well, I'm not making an attack roll.
Then that advantage will be conferred to the next guy. Failure. Solid 8 damage. And it's radiant, too.
Yep.
Okay, so you, what was that attack that you just did there? Moonbeam, right?
I'm gonna make a count here.
Well, so the Moonbeam...
Oh yeah, it's probably been well over a minute, so my form would disapparate.
No, it's
no, because
10
in combat that'd be 10 turns. It is not.
Yeah,
been
but
10
all the crewman rounds.
Those
it's
don't
10.
count.
Right, a turn is once around for everybody.
Oh, okay.
So it'd be 10 of your turns.
10 of my turns. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought each round was 6. Each character turn was 6.
No, every.
This isn't first edition, honey.
Yeah, it's 6 seconds for the entire initiative order to go.
Okay. That makes more sense.
It's like it's like real time, you know. It's all happening at once.
Okay.
Just
because I'm like, that's a lot of effort to keep track of. So there we go.
Okay, so Artis nods briefly in Tychus's direction, understanding that you've just taunted this zombie and kind of kept the aggro off of him momentarily. Runs up on this zombie and begins his stabby stab options.
Now, it only applies to the first roll, so...
First roll... Well, if it would let me... Why are you being like this, game? Stop that. Okay. Figure out why it's doing this. Because I have him targeted. And I'm rolling... There we go.
I wonder what you dropped.
I will actually let you know, because that might be the drop. Okay, I dropped a 3.
Okay.
So, because I didn't actually properly roll it with advantage, so I basically just had to check for a crit. Since it did hit. First stab does 8 damage. The second stab fails to hit. Fucking finally. And the third stab does 9 damage. The stab staggers the zombie just briefly. But as it does so, the zombie rolls, we're going to have a con save from it, and it staggers, it drops to its knees, but then it stands back up.
Resurrection!
And we have Knock next, who is 50 feet in the air hanging from a vine.
Yeah.
You should probably work on that before anything else.
You only have 1 turn to get down. Vines only last 6 seconds.
That sounds like some druid knowledge that they're imparting on you.
That sounds like some 3.5 shit is what that sounds like.
Yeah,
it is
a Vine reference, like the platform.
Oh. Yeah. Regardless, it sounds like some 3.5 shit.
It does.
It really does.
How is the vine I'm holding on to doing?
You see it... slowly beginning to separate from the hold that it has on the tree. You feel like you definitely have at least one turn, maybe two, to finish climbing down it before it completely separates and drops you whatever distance.
What would my climbing speed be?
Down a vine, your climb speed is going to be half of move speed.
Can I, quote-unquote, use a dash action to climb down faster? Alright.
Isn't dash a bonus action for you?
It can be, yes. So yeah, I'm going to use my cunning action to, quote-unquote, dash down the vine.
Okay, you are 20 feet in the air.
Actually, it should be 30. You said I was 60 feet in the air last turn.
Okay, that's my fault. I said 50 at the beginning of this turn, but that was misremembered. You're right. You were 60, so you're 30 feet in the air now.
I mean, I'll gladly take the 10 feet off if you want, but
well,
holding myself accountable here.
That's fair. I appreciate it. I do have a bad memory sometimes.
Well, I have an action I can spend. I'm gonna try to shoot the zombie from here.
Okay.
I can't spend it on another dash action, I don't think. Could I?
No. Dash is a one-time per turn thing regardless of how it comes about.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I'll take my arm out and shoot the zombie.
Alright.
I accidentally pressed my Windows key.
Shooting the zombie.
That is a 9.
You know what? I'm not gonna fault you for that.
You were hanging 30 feet in the air and kind of worried about time, so, you know.
Yeah.
I get it.
If there's ever a shot to miss, that one's understandable.
Right? Anything else on your turn?
Pray.
Pray? That works. Rados does nothing. Dragon Bait. Dragon Bait closes the distance here.
And somehow has not taken any damage, I would like to add.
Well, because I feared the one he got mad.
He got mad at the ones that he initially closed on were feared, so...
Yeah, I know, but, like, no damage during this entire thing. Meanwhile, 2 of us have almost died. One of them being the OP NPC.
So he takes a swing at the zombie, and once again the sword begins to glow, and one more time you see Dragon Bait take a hack with a glowing sword, and the zombie's flesh begin to glow at the edges and then fall away as the zombie collapses to the ground.
Alrighty. Is it staying down this time?
It is. It was dealt with, that was radiant damage. So radiant damage gets around to undead fortitude.
I would sigh and I would dispel my ascended form. Well fought.
How's my situation doing?
You are
Do I have
30 feet in the air.
Roll?
You have 30.
Is
You are.
To see if the vine snaps.
Let me see here. I will make one. That was the wrong die. That was a fucking D12. Here we go. That is an 18 on the die, so the vine remains intact for at least one more turn.
Alright, I'm gonna use my dash action to climb down again.
And that finishes the 30 feet that you have. You are now safely on the ground.
I buckle down and I get on all fours on the ground. And I just say to myself, I don't know if anyone can hear, just like, what little life I've had just flashed before my eyes.
Yeah, it would have been fine. Just leaning over the edge.
Tychus looks very visually exhausted.
Can I ask for Tychus to roll and Noname to roll disadvantage to see if you heard me say that?
Roll perception.
Yeah.
It's 23, so I think I heard that.
I hear everything.
No, I asked you to roll disadvantage because you're farther.
Okay. Fucking.
What? Okay.
Alright, that's a 10.
No, Name.
Oh, no, Name with disadvantage.
Yeah.
I'd roll with disadvantage, I guess. So just roll another d20.
I'm still probably gonna hear it.
Yeah, so you two not only hear that, but you also hear... And also, there goes my payday. For nothing.
I would turn and begin walking towards Nock. The important thing is that we're out of here alive. Are you injured?
Yes.
You know what? I don't even think I need to ask that.
I'm physically and emotionally. I reveal an empty flask, which he recognized to be what the poison was in.
I could have told you that zombies were immune to poison. I should know.
I wish you told me sooner, and as I say sooner, I throw it on the ground and it shatters.
As regrettable as the loss of something so valuable is, what's important is that we're alive. Here. And I use my healing hands action on him to heal, on Nock to heal you for 4. It may not be much, but it's about all I can muster, and it should help stabilize some of the damage.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
for now, we need to work on getting Noname and the others off the top there. We can't remain here much longer. Unquestionably, our actions here cause a great commotion. We need to get somewhere secluded. If those beasts are what followed after fighting the ghouls, there's no telling what else we alerted by fighting them.
If I had a face, you'd see me pouting over the loss of my 1,200 gold payday loss.
If you had a face.
Yes.
Nice.
Does this seem like a good stopping point?
Yeah, we've been at it for longer than normal, actually.
Yeah.
Because, as predicted, this encounter, being what it was going to take a while.
Yeah.
So we will, if it's all right with everybody, let you kick off next session with figuring out how you want to deal with your resting and moving away from this area.
Yep, I'm guessing we level up from that at least once.
Everybody go ahead and make yourself level 5 after that encounter.
Yay. Man, both me and Nock are bummed out at the loss of the 1,200 gold.
Yeah, well, the loss was
not even constructive.
Yeah, that was my main thing. Like, I was sitting there listening to you doing it, and I was just like, fuck.
I'm like,
that's gonna
I'm
suck.
Sitting here, I don't want to metagame. Don't metagame, but.
Alright, well, thank you, everybody. This was, once again, another episode of With Disadvantage. And I believe the next session that will be for your viewing and listening pleasure will be Solstice on Saturday night. Again, followed by Lumiere on Tuesday and another session of Tomb on Wednesday. Thanks for listening, and we will see you later.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.